Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So I am just quickly hand-holding my phone, making this intro. I am on my way to Goodwill this morning, as usual. Lately, Goodwill has been super crowded. Lots of shoppers, lots of crazy inventory. And yeah, I'm just hitting the road early. And I like to get to Goodwill when the doors first open so that I don't feel like I'm behind the curve, behind the 8 ball, behind something. All right. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get on the road. Let's get to Goodwill early to see what we can find to flip for a profit on eBay. In today's video, I'm going to share some video footage that I filmed today. Now, when you go to Goodwill or any thrift store, as often as I do, you make very good friends. You get to meet a lot of people, and a lot of days you're just really having a good time. We are all spending hours and hours in these stores. You run into the same people, and like I said, over the years, you become really good friends, and it's just a really good social circle. So in today's video, I'm going to start with this little video footage that I filmed of 3 guys talking about a t-shirt that the one guy found. That's Vince on the right, and he's the one with the blue shopping cart. The other 2 guys want the shirt that Vince found. So what follows is just a comedy routine. These guys are hysterical, and they were kind enough to let me film while it was happening, and I also got their permission afterwards. I checked with them to make sure it was okay that I posted. They know I have the channel. So let's watch just the camaraderie that goes on of these guys trying to figure out what this shirt is worth and who's going to wind up with it.
All right, $11. Vince, I have $3.
I have a better one listed at 65. All right, $12.
Vince, I'll give you 35.
Where did you guys get this from?
35.
Where'd you get your price from?
One,
He just saw
yeah,
it.
one
eBay
sold.
Japan? He
Yeah,
just saw it.
no, one did sell for, but no, that's not,
Not the
real
same
pricing.
one.
They include a Beanie Baby with it. All right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm confused there. I didn't see that when I made you an offer, or I didn't make an offer. I don't understand.
There's no way in hell.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely no way.
I feel like you made that listing today while you're standing in here and then bought it yourself and now running up the price. I like that, Vince. Oversized.
That's the way it goes.
Run!
Where's my cap gun?
What did he offer you? 35?
So we want to hear the end of the story. What is it? What's happening? What's happening with
So
it?
right now we're trying to acquire this here Phoenix Suns nutmeg tea, early 90s.
Show me the tag.
Really nice.
That is nice. That is nice.
Nutmeg gold tag, made in USA, double stitch. Man, this ain't even vintage, it's double stitch, bro.
Yeah, I know exactly.
No better.
It just lost $20.
35.
Still not going yet.
No?
No.
40 ounce.
I'm waiting till I get somebody from over there.
I'm somebody from over
I
there.
know.
So this is the real beginning to this video, and I am just coming in the door. GoPro out. I am all ready to go. Grab a cart. Now sometimes this area has the larger carts, but today just the small cart, but I make do. So you can see my handbag is almost as big as the cart. And in the door we go. I always say good morning to everybody and then just get into thrifting. Now today I was really coming to Goodwill to get some video footage, and I wound up getting 2.5 carts of inventory, which some of it I'm going to show to you guys in a trunk haul at the end of this. Because the store does get quite crowded, it's kind of hard to tell you guys, and show you exactly what I'm finding in the moment. So today I'm noticing the end caps, and here I'm finding, I call these roly-poly glasses, and I only find 2 in the smoked silver. I quickly look for some more. If there would have been 4 or 6 of those, I would have bought those. But with only 2, I felt to leave them behind. You can see quite a bit of holiday items, holiday tchotchke coming into the store. And I make a brief pit stop to look in the blue bins. So my store brings out new inventory in these plastic bins, and they also have started using the big silver baker's racks, which I love. Here I'm just looking at crazy things on the shelf. Barbecue sauce and salad dressing. Okay, Goodwill grocery store, I guess. So just looking at the figurines, seeing if anything is catching my eye, which on that shelf I didn't see too much. So I move on to this shelf. Again, not too much. The shelves are quite crowded with a lot of figurines, so I don't know if Goodwill was holding these back because it seems like we just got a big influx of them. And here I'm looking at this glass and frosted glass penguin. Kind of cute, but it seemed very mass-produced. I'm not sure what store that came from, but I do look at clear glass once in a while, even though you guys know it's not my favorite. So here is the first time that I am seeing Vince's cart. He's got that t-shirt already, and I am looking in his cart. We all look in each other's carts. We all ask, what have you found? And, you know, we all trade things back and forth. Really a great bunch of people. I try not to go down the same aisles and get too much into a same routine. So here I've decided to look at the linens as one of the first things coming in the store. I've been doing really well with linens, and I am looking for Ralph Lauren. I'm looking for higher thread count items, so a lot I'm using touch and feel. And then I get the idea of looking at toys. I hardly ever look at toys, but I know there's great money in vintage toys and plush animals. So like I said, for toys, I have to run a comp every time. It is a very big time waster for me. Here I'm looking at a Russ bear, and I don't think Russ brings a lot of money. I know there are quite a few stuffed animals that bring very good money. Of course, Steiff bears, the vintage rubber face Rushton, Rushton plush, FAO Schwartz brings good money. Those are the plush that I know. I don't know how often, I would wind up finding them, but I do try to train my eye for quality. So I do look at plush. Now I have sold some, I've sold dolls, I've sold some plush. I don't do a lot of games where you have to count pieces or puzzles. If a puzzle or a game is sealed, I will go ahead and pick those up. Recently, I picked up a game called Wingspan, I believe. I just listed it. And that game is all about birds. So I think that's looking pretty good. That I should make, I'm going to guess about $30 on that game. But like I said, all of these open games, they could be worth a lot of money. But look at the amount here. Very hard to, unless you really know, to judge what's what, because you really can't see the quality of a game like you can see quality of something else that I've trained my eye. But I'm sure there are games on these shelves that people that know games would pick up. But for now, I still go up and down the aisle to start to get used to a certain niche. I really like expanding my knowledge as much as I can. So I force myself to go down the game aisle and the clear glass aisle on this day. Leave a comment down below if you sell quite a few board games and you have good knowledge of games and puzzles. Here I was looking at Stratego, Lord of the Rings, but would I want to open this and count little pieces? Absolutely not. Kudos to you. Big shout out to you if you guys are selling open games. I decide to go down the black aisle, which usually has a lot of electronics, and right away I see this Mercedes-Benz case. Now in the case were just different CDs or DVDs, And while I didn't feel those were valuable, if this case had been in better condition, I would have picked this up. I probably would have just redonated what was inside and just sold the Mercedes-Benz CD holder. But because it was in such poor shape, I decided to leave it behind. Here are 2 canisters. I believe those were vintage. They did not have the other 2. There were usually 4 in that set. And right away, can you tell what's drawing my eye? It's really the basket on the floor. I love a good basket. So I do look at this quickly for my house, but I really don't need another basket. I probably could use something this size in my office. You know, reselling makes a lot of garbage. Have you guys noticed that? I mean, just all of the labels and the packing and the bags, and it's just crazy. So I probably could use a kitchen garbage pail in my office. But I did leave that basket behind. Here I'm spotting 2 little either demi-tasks, or I'll call them coffee cups or teacups. This one had a crack on it. I didn't think that was very well done, and I spot this stack of saucers with a cup on top. Now I thought the whole thing was attached, and when I tilted it, I saw that that top cup moved. Again, it did have some damage. Rosina, made in England. Guys, can I just say I really don't like selling teacups. I never want to offend anybody that has a whole store of teacups. It's just not my thing. But you know me, if something's going to bring high money, I make it my thing. Okay, I'm still looking at Avon, even though I know 99% of Avon is not very valuable. Now, I do know in Avon to look for the Derek Jeter Driven cologne. That brings very good money. And there is another one. I don't remember the name of the other cologne, but there are 2 main colognes that you can make very good money on in Avon, but I never find those 2. There's some phone cases. I think the more that stores like Five Below and Dollar Tree become popular and carry phone cases, I don't know that those type of phone cases, the less expensive ones, can really make good profit. Here, I really liked this vase. Now, while it's not super high end, it was interesting that this was written in French about it being made in China. So I thought that was pretty funny. I do like the green. It was quite heavy though, and I keep holding it, I keep looking at it. Now I knew it wasn't like real high quality, but at the same time I thought somebody might like this. I did go back and forth about it, and in the end, the cost of shipping, what it would have cost, and the work to ship made me put it back. Here's like a green onyx or marble, it's stone. Box LB, wasn't sure, or BL, wasn't sure who the initials were for, if that was the company or if it was monogrammed. I think I missed a turtle on a shell to the left. Missed that one altogether. I don't know that I would have picked him up, but lately I am on a frog and a turtle kick. Turning the corner, I did notice this box of plates. And while I'm not doing plates because I don't want to ship plates anymore, Homer Laughlin is the maker of Fiesta back in, I think they started in the mid-30s, maybe 1930s. So I do always look at Homer Laughlin. I think a lot of it does not bring money, and I am so over shipping big amounts of China. I don't mind doing individual pieces, but when it's, 20 plates, 30 plates, no. And we are onto the green aisle. Quite a lot of adult diapers in these stores and different paper products. This platter was interesting, discolored with no maker's mark on the back. So as I've told you guys, the prices for clothing has gone up again in the store. This has got to be, I'm going to say, the 5th or 6th time in the past 12 months. But the hard goods are stabilizing, which is very good to see. Here is a basket I'm finding. This is Petersboro. In my opinion, Petersboro Basket Company is on par with Longaberger, but it does not bring the money that Longaberger does. A lot of times these will be hand signed, and I think they're almost as good, but it doesn't have as big a following and doesn't command the price. Here, just a little set. I think this is maybe depression glass. I'm not quite sure about that, but that's what it looked like to me. This apple, I'm going to call it a cookie jar, was quite interesting. It was made out of glass, but the top was so much more scratched and different looking than the bottom. And it's not that I wanted to buy it, but I even took a second look at it. Not quite sure if I left something valuable behind or what the story was with that. I have never seen that before. So because I've been in thrift stores for the past 10 years, every week of my life, you feel like you see repetitive, the same things over and over. So when there is something quite different on the shelf, you know, it causes you to take another look. Here I'm just looking at this photo album. Now you can tell it's a more modern, it's a memories album that somebody could speak into and record their voice. But I always look at photo albums. I think that picture was Captain America. I don't know my captains. I don't know my heroes. And a little teapot. What am I selling? Because my mind is saying I really don't do teapots. You can see how disorganized the shelves are. This store has become very understaffed. Today, they were missing quite a few employees. All the employees were on vacation at the same time. So they're just trying to keep up. But the employees are just wonderful in this store. Here I'm finding, I don't know what this is, a bowling pin wooden vase. And I do look at them. So this one is cracked. I leave it on the shelf. And spoiler alert, I wind up putting the one in my cart back because the quality is just not there. But here I wanted a video. Guys, this is what I'm talking about, the type of foam cushion that I buy and cut. Now, normally I get the rectangular, you know, cushion-shaped ones rather than the bolster. I believe this one is like a bolster-shaped. But this is the product or type of item that I am purchasing to cut, to use in preparation of cleaning shoes, brushing velvet, brushing old handbags, getting lint off of things. That stuff works great because fibers stick to that. So if you have really badly linty velvet or whatever, you can use that foam and it does a really great job. So here I'm seeing this little vintage bamboo caddy, I'm going to call this. And inside were individual ashtrays that would probably be set at the different dinner or card playing places. But you can see that the ashtrays don't properly fit in that caddy thing. So this had me stumped. I did this like 4 times, like what am I doing wrong here? And then I just gave up and left it. Felt like I was spending way too much time on trying to figure that out. I thought maybe this was like an earthenware piece, but just mass produced. This was made in Vietnam. I don't think this is especially like hand thrown. I think that is just probably, I don't know, mass produced in some way. I do like pieces that are hand-thrown pottery, even if the person is not a famous artist. I have a real love for pottery. More and more, that's really growing to be a niche that I just love. So anytime I can get pottery, I am thrilled, and today was no different. So I'm hoping that if I don't catch it on film, I will be sure to include it at the end of the video for the trunk haul of the pieces of pottery that I found today. Just beautiful. Here's another bin. I believe this bin were items that were being taken off the shelf to be put into the bins, or I don't know where this stuff was going. So much of this does not sell. So let me just say that. A lot of this winds up next door in the outlet, and I don't know that a lot of it gets bought. That's just my opinion. Here I'm pulling this handbag down. I thought this might have been good. It did look like leather, but it turns out to be a big womp womp. Womp womp. A quick look at wallets and little wristlets. And don't worry, that's, I know this guy here, he's just looking at, that's Steve. He's just looking at a vase in my cart. Like I said, we all look in each other's carts. We all discuss what we're finding, what things are good. And this mug just is cracking me up. So just know I am laughing here. Don't make me take you off my friends list, because I will. How good is that? That is hysterical. If I was a mug collector, I would have bought that. So this is the big Christmas mishmash aisle with clothing thrown in for good measure. I can't even think about Christmas. It's 95 degrees here. I also wanted to take this time to thank all of you who are coming up to me and saying hello and introducing yourself. Today in the store, I must have met 12 people. So thank you to everybody for all of your encouragement, your kind words. Just so much fun. I feel like I've made so many friends by having this channel, so very much appreciate all of you. And if you ever see me out in the store and you'd like to say hello, please do. Please come over and introduce yourself. Just know that I am a people person. I might be a little awkward in the beginning, but I love, triple love meeting you guys. So really fun for me, especially because I do spend so many hours in these stores. Recently, I met a young man named Hunter, and Hunter is newly graduated out of college, and his desire is to become a full-time reseller. So he has started down that path, and we just had a great chat. We chatted for like 20 minutes. Very fun. So good luck to you, Hunter. So glad to have met you. Here I thought this bowling ball was really good, and I did shut off the camera for a little while, and I tried my fingers in it and almost got my fingers stuck. Yep, it was too small. That would have been embarrassing, walking around with a bowling ball in Goodwill stuck on my hand. So somehow, when you weren't looking, I found a stool and a pair of shoes. These are Donald J. Pliner, which that's a whole story right there. Some of them do very well, some of them do not. I thought these might do well. This is either a calf hair or pony hair, but the person who wore them wore out the back of the heel by resting their foot for the gas pedal. But I thought these would have done very well. I'm thinking 40 to 45. So I do think about them for a few minutes, and then I decide no. So at this point, my camera was off because I was talking to different people and saying hello to a few people I met, and I was throwing things in the cart at the same time. Guys, look at this Afghan. Is this not stunning? I'm going to include this also in the trunk haul so we can look at this in the light. This is handmade, just beautiful. Okay, so this is what my cart looks like. I don't know when this happened. It happened very quickly. I found this octopus, very steampunk octopus, and this is Pacific Giftware. Now, this is not going to bring huge money, but this guy is definitely good, and I thought somebody would want him. So I put him in my cart. This next dress, fell in love with this instantly. There it is falling off the hanger. This is a Gunny Sacks Let me get this back on the hanger so we can take a look at it. A Gunny Sacks Jessica McClintock dress. I'm going to hang it up so we can take a look at it. I love everything about this dress. To me, this is almost like fancy prairie. I know that's really like not a thing. Cottage core, just beautiful. Sailor collar, dropped waist. This almost looks like a 1930s depression. There's so many good keywords for this dress. So absolutely yes to that. And like I said, I'm going to show these also in the trunk haul. And I think I'll do the trunk haul in between the two carts because I wound up buying so much today. It would be way too much to put into this video. Just a pair of jeans there. This was a stool that the minute I saw this I wanted. No, I did pay up for this. I paid $12.99, which is very rare for me. And are you ready for this? I think I bought this for my house. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and it does have a little bit of a rock to it, but I'm just going to put a felt pad underneath one of the legs. And here we lose me because I meet two women to say hello to. Okay, we are back to the little stool. I wish I knew what kind of wood this was, but I thought this would really be good for like a little occasional table, a footstool, a plant stand, all of those things. What else did I find? I took these from Vince. Vince had found these, and I said, Vince, give me those candlesticks. And after a little while, he said, yeah, he didn't want them, so I took them. I'm telling you, we trade back and forth. It's like a trader's market. Now, when I say trade back and forth, none of this stuff is paid for. We just look through each other's carts, and, you know, we all have our thing. Vince does really well with silver candlesticks. So Vince is the gentleman that did pick up the t-shirt, and he is at Roots Market in Mannheim, I believe that is. So as you can see, I have scored a few more pieces. This lamp is the find of the day. And again, I will put this in a trunk haul because the outside lighting is so much better. This is Eldrith Pottery 2003. If you don't know Eldrith Pottery, you do want to look it up. The vintage pieces or the older pieces are really good. And I think I'll do very well with that. I call it a jug lamp. Here's a marmot ski jacket. And what is this? This is a cowboy's jacket. I threw that in the cart. I was very disorganized today, so whenever I found stuff, I just threw it in the cart. So here I'm going to do a 360 of this store. If you have not been to this store, this is the big Goodwill, Route 30 in Lancaster, and the employees, a big shout out to them. They do a great job, and the customers, super, super nice. I always have a really nice time in this store, and I'm here quite often. So if you see me, please always say hello, and don't mind my craziness, everything hanging out of my cart. All right, let's go outside. Let's see what's in my trunk and go out and get what's yours. Okay, so we are just going to do a trunk haul right here in the parking lot of Goodwill. This is the best Goodwill ever. Can I just say that? And I feel sharing it with you guys is a good thing to do because the more this store sells, the more they're going to bring in. That's my attitude. I never keep things like this a secret. So if you are looking for a Goodwill to shop in that has great stuff, this is the Goodwill, Lancaster, Route 30. All right, let's get started with a trunk haul. So the first thing I bought was this little stool, which I showed finding, $12.99. Not sure what type of wood, but I really like that the wood has some etching from bugs eating. Now it presently doesn't have bugs, of course, but yeah, I love this. I'm keeping that for myself. Famous last words. We'll see if I sell that. Next up is this little lampshade, $1.99. Looks like a Mad Hatter hat made out of wicker. And I also showed this octopus. This is just a made in China piece, Pacific giftware, $2.99, but look how good he is. It's like a, I don't know. I don't even know what to call him, but I love him, so I grabbed him. The water I did not get in Goodwill, just saying. I pick up a vast amount of spring water because that's what I drink. I always drink a ton of water. I think that has helped me stay healthy, one of my tips. So when water goes on sale, I load my car with it. All right, salt and pepper shakers. I lost the other one. Hopefully it won't break. Let me just see if I can get this out. These are just little brown glazed salt and pepper. Set of two, $2.99. Thought these would be great for Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'll get for those, probably $15. Here is kind of like a lace crinoline slip. And I thought this is very good for people doing Renaissance fairs, things like that, Victorian teas. And I pay, what do I pay for slip? I think a slip is either $2.99 or $3.50. So I picked that up. Next up, a set of candlesticks. These aren't, you know, real silver or anything. These are just a pewter with, I believe this is a brass bottom. That's what it looks like. Now this is a weighted base, which means it has cement inside, which gives weight to the candlestick holders. And really nice. And what did I pay for those? $1.99 each. Next up is a men's NFL jacket. This is Cowboys. You guys know me. I know very little about sports teams, but for an NFL jacket and to have the big star logo on the back, I thought that was really good. Great condition. I believe I paid $7.95 for that. All right, let's go over to this pottery. So as soon as I found another piece of pottery, I found these. I have not checked if there is a signature on the bottom. They seem to be from a Potter house. I am looking. There is a signature, and I don't know what it says. I will try to write it on the screen if I'm able to make it out. And also found this pot, and this is Eldrith. So I think that's Eldrith, yes. Now, if this is Eldrith, and this came out at the same time, most likely these are Eldrith salt and pepper shakers, and this is, with no doubt, an Eldrith lamp. Yes, please. Look how gorgeous this thing is. So Eldrith pottery is, I believe it's native to Pennsylvania, and this is redware. There is the signature on the bottom. I paid $3.99 for this. And I am hoping for about $200 for that. Next up, a jacket. This is Marmot. So it's like a ski or snowboarding jacket. Lots of pockets, lots of inner things going on. Very branded. Marmot is not what it used to be, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that. And that jacket I probably paid $9.99 for. Pair of Tommy jeans, men's jeans. Does definitely need pre-treating, and these are new with tags, so I'm gonna have to see how I wash these and if I'm able to get that spot out. This Afghan is gorgeous. So this is what it looks like in the sunlight. It is a throw size. This is crochet, and whoever did this, their hands were like a machine. Every stitch is perfect. I am just in love with this thing. I think this will command a very good price, and I paid $3.50 for it. Two more items. This next dress is just a gunny sacks dress. This is Jessica McClintock. Size 9, which is a junior size. This is vintage, made in the USA, 100% cotton. I will call this cottagecore. It's just a beautiful tone-on-tone print. It does have a few issues, but I'm pretty sure I could get those out. I will give it a good soaking, and this might even be hand wash. And last up, I got this sweater. Now, I did not look this up. I didn't look at anything. I just liked the way it felt. And it's merino wool, viscose, nylon, cashmere. It's a wrap sweater. And I might keep this for myself. This is Vendetta. I don't buy a lot of Vendetta B, but this is made in Italy, and it's just beautiful. All right, so that is the trunk haul for today. Thank you so much for watching. Go out and get what's yours.